Welcome to Cedar Streams, everybody. Tonight we have Ace Champion. Ace, you have a lot going on, and I feel like I could ask a million questions. But let's start with your cooking stuff. Let's get that off. I want to know about your cooking show, and tell me about all that stuff.
Yeah, well, my name's Ace Champion. I'm a native of Louisiana, so New Orleans is my specialty. Anybody ever been in New Orleans before? All right, there you go. It's just a blend of South African, Indian, French, and Spanish. So I am a private chef, so I go into people's homes. I teach cooking classes at local vineyards, wineries, distilleries, and then I have a TV cooking show Sundays at 6 a.m. on the CW14 right here in Green Bay. It's called Cook Like a Champion. And yes, Champion is really my last name, just in case you guys are wondering.
Nice. Yeah, so you talk a little bit, about the spiritual side with food that I've found to be really interesting. Not too many people cook with that kind of intention, and your music is obviously very spiritual. Is that something have you been like a spiritual person your entire life, or is what's been your process of?
Yeah, when I say spiritual, I mean spiritual like my own spirit, like my own journey and stuff like that. Food is so crucial. I mean, it's the one thing that connects us all as well as music does. I'm a firm believer that we're from the earth, so when we eat things from the earth, natural foods, that's kind of that's our medicine, And I'm kind of an advocate for, the world today. We're a lot of times into the fast foods and the processed foods, so I kind of challenge people, if you can kind of stay away from that, just cook from scratch. It doesn't really matter how many calories are in it, how much fat is in it. Your body's going to be able to process it, and it's just going to overall make you feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what do we got here? You said you have 15 flutes or 15.
Yeah. So I play flutes. I actually got a little obsessed. So I never played an instrument a day in my life. About 3 years ago, I bought one of the bowls, and I was just amazed on how it calmed me down. Being a country boy, no one taught me how to, get rid of my rage. So I would punch holes in walls and punch holes in people and punch, and it just didn't do anything but make the situation worse. So that bowl calmed me down so much. If you've ever gotten a massage, if you heard the flutes play in the background, so I'm just going to buy a flute, see what happens. And literally, I kid you not, the first breath, it was almost like, okay, this is what I was meant to do. And I didn't start off playing good. I mean, I was pretty bad for a pretty long time. But the uniqueness thing about the flutes is the flutes and the drum are the most ancient instruments in the country, in the world. So, I mean, some of the flutes I go date back to 9,000 years. So when I'm playing these flutes, I kind of feel like I'm back in that time, because it's wow, these are what my ancestors and everyone's ancestors played back in 5,000 BC. So it's really cool.
Yeah, and you were talking about this a little bit before the show, and you were saying you were playing this drum, and there's a certain frequency that's like a healing.
Yeah. So if anyone's familiar with the chakra system or the energy centers that are in the body, there's 7 major ones, and those are all correlate with the 7 major chords of the major scale. So when you're looking at, hey, the key of G, that's your throat energy center, your throat chakra. So if you're having issues speaking your truth, or you have a sore throat, or your thyroid, or anything in that throat area, you play instruments in just the key of G. And then that will resonate, because the science behind it is that we're all vibrating at a frequency. So whatever music I play in whatever manner, the cells in my body are going to want to respond. So if I play relaxing music in the right frequency, the cells relax. You go from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system, then the body can start to do what it's meant to do, heal itself.
That's incredible. Well, let's hear a couple songs and maybe you can heal my back. My back's
Yeah, didgeridoo for your back. I'll put that on your back.
Okay. So you just kind of make this up, or is this an actual song?
Yeah, no. When I first started I think this is why I'm 49 years old now. So I started playing at 46, and I tried to play music several times, and I just can't read sheet music. It just is so foreign to me. So the way that I play is the ancient way. So I'm playing by intention, I'm playing by sound, I'm playing by feel. And that way, everything I play tonight, I'm creating just for you all, and I can never do it again. So.
All right, beautiful. Let's hear it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's my fault.
Yeah, that's wonderful. All right, you got another one right away?
You play quick one?
Let's do it.
So this next one is one of my favorite ones. This is called the Armenian Duduk. Anybody ever been to Armenia before? Don't feel bad, me neither. Me neither. This dates back 4000 BC, so this would be around Babylonian days, Sumerian, if you guys ever heard of them before. And what makes this flute so unique is its deepness. You would never think something this small would play so deep.
That was beautiful. So you said that's from
Armenia.
Armenia.
Yeah, Armenian dude.
Wow.
About 4000 BC.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do you even come across something like that?
I go on to Pandora to get inspiration to hear different sounds, and then I go on YouTube so I can actually see the instrument played, and then I actually have to go on eBay. Because eBay, like when I order these flutes, it's not like America where you order something and it's at your door in 2 days, Amazon Prime, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're literally like, hold on, Ace, let me go into the woods and cut down the actual bamboo and make it, then they ship it to me. So
Oh, wow.
it's about as authentic as it can get.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really incredible.
I love it.
Yeah. So for somebody, I mean, I'm pretty blown away that you say that you've only been playing for 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's really incredible. You know, you seem like somebody that's been playing their entire life.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I practice every day though.
Yeah.
You know? And I practice not because I'm trying to get good. It's that it does the same effect towards me. Like my blood pressure is lowered. Whatever I was angry about, it's completely gone. Like, I mean, any bad day I have, I can come pick up the flute and within 30 seconds, my moods change just like that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of, let's just hear you play some more stuff. Yeah, and I'll do less talking. Let's do it.
I got a bit of trance, you guys. You are getting sleepy. You're under my control. I want all the stream time. By the way, this is wind chime. So it's just meant to kind of, or they call it AKA fairy chime. Just really relaxing. Let's do some dids, you guys. All right, so this one is, I got it from my friend at Terry Hertz USA. It is eucalyptus. So the best didgeridoo you can get is probably with the eucalyptus. They don't core this out. They let it naturally core through the termites that they do that. And then that way it doesn't really affect nature. So this isn't a tree that's cut down. This was a branch that was already done. It takes phenomenal lung capacity. When I first bought this, I didn't want to play it because you have to circle or breathe. And that's kind of like patting your head and rubbing your stomach, right? It's impossible, right? So I'm like, you know, I'm just going to take really long breaths and just do the best I can because I'm not going to not play something that I like to hear because I can't play it the way they play it. I'm going to play it how I want to play it, so. All right.
That was wonderful.
I got a friend. Did you guys get that?
I don't know if you guys can see that streaming. There's this little dog right here that just loves the music. And that's the crazy thing about it, though, with sound and frequency. I don't care if you're old, young, baby, dog, cat. If you got cells in your body, you have to respond to it.
Yeah, I used to have a cat, and every time I would get done with a song, it would just be right next to me, meow, meow, just rubbing on me, just like, it's like a little applause kind of thing.
Nice.
That's wonderful. So let's see. So what are some of these other instruments that you got here?
Yeah, I got a couple. I'll just kind of run down and just show you a couple of them that I have. So like this one that you see right here is called a Japanese shakuhachi. As you see, the mouthpiece is completely wide open. This is what the Buddhist monks play. Second hardest flute in the world to play. It's very zen, very meditative type sound. This one is one of my favorites. This is a kind of a Native American style, but the drone part of it dates back all the way to the Mayan, Sumerian culture. These three holes on the left too as well kind of create, if you guys ever heard of binary beats, perfect fifths in the music world. It's just crossing keys and stuff and really creates this esoteric type of sound. We also have one that I just started playing about a month ago, and this is a Turkish kaval. This is one of the older ones too as well. This is from ancient Babylon. So. Then another one is this is actually from Vietnam, and this is a cross between Japanese shakuhachi mouthpiece, Chinese shao fingering, and then it's made actually in Vietnam. So it's got their techniques and stuff like that. So yeah, and then the good old American harmonica that I don't play like the jazz people, so that's for sure. Yeah, I actually play flutes from 36 different countries. It would be more, but some countries I just did not resonate, and that's the thing. I mean, when you're not reading sheet music, you just go by feel, and I think that's, as human beings with music and frequency, I think that's the way to be. I feel like when I'm reading someone else's song and I'm reading a sheet music, I'm not really connecting with myself, and I'm not really expressing myself to you. But by just trusting that hopefully I'm going to play the right notes when I do it, it doesn't sound bad, that just allows my soul to be free to you, and allows your soul to be open to accept what I'm trying to deliver.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely know what you're saying when I don't play freestyle like you do, but when I'm at home, I do by myself, and that's where it just flows. When I go play like a gig at a bar, I don't feel like I have that same freedom because you don't know where it's gonna go.
No, I know, and that's something that takes training, because what I noticed, and it's funny, like one of the first flutes, when I switched over from end blown, so this one has a mouthpiece. You put it in your mouth, it's gonna make a sound. But when you go into side blown, where you have to blow over it, it takes a whole different armature. So I remember learning this, and I was at home. I mean, I was just going to town, and then I had a concert at Light Park the next day, and I was literally up there on stage going, and they're like, I thought they were like, good Buffalo's coming to play, and I'm like, but I had to throw myself out there. And then I went home, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this flute? And then it was playing just fine. And I didn't realize, because I'm not playing muscle memory, I have to disconnect. And that's why, I don't know if you guys notice, like I'll close my eyes. I'm trying to disconnect to almost trick my body into thinking, I'm at home. There's no one in front of me. I'm not doing that. Because when you are in a crowded environment, it does make you like forget and not know what you're gonna do. But if you just keep doing it, keep throwing yourself out there, and you have no choice but to get better, and that's kind of, so I had the same curve that you did.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Do you get into some kind of zen or that meditative state when you're doing cooking?
I do. I'm probably more zoned out when I'm cooking than I am when I'm playing the music. I mean, sometimes I'll be at home and I'll be cooking myself for 50 people, and I gotta sear off, 50 pieces of chicken and make 12 pounds of potatoes, and like I don't have time to be lollygagging. I'm what they call in a zone, so that when I'm done, I don't feel like 2 hours passed by. I feel like I just started.
Yeah,
good place to be.
Do you get that same release and outlet you talked about? You know, having like anger and stuff like that, and playing music has been like a good way to channel that and calming.
Yeah, because what's happening for me on my end when I'm playing the flute, I have to take a deep breath in, and then I have to tighten my core and release it nice and slow. Well, if you've ever heard of breath work, which calms the body down, activates the vagus nerve, all that good stuff, it's the same concept. Take a deep breath in. And they tell us that when we're kids and we're all out, they say, take a deep breath. And that actually does calm the nervous system down. So imagine me playing for 4 hours. I done took like 1,000 deep breath. I'm like marshmallow. Like I am so zen. Yeah. And I challenge people like that too. Like take control of your life and be your own Zen master. You know, I grew up depending on other people to calm me down when I was out of control, and I was looking for my friends to stop me from fighting. But as I get older, you know, trying to train myself how to control my own anger and doing stuff like this to help with that really made a huge difference in controlling my anger.
Yeah, having like that outlet. I know, like when I for a long time, I mean, I didn't do art, and I grew up playing sports, and I had an outlet for that violence that's kind of in me. You know, I just wanted to hit somebody as hard as I could, and I could get away with it. I was cheered on in sports, but then it's like you get older, and like, where does that go? And so it's pretty cool to hear that you kind of have that same channel of anger.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's hear a couple more songs.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
So since I have this one in my hand, we'll do this one. Attempt to do both today, first time ever. so don't judge me if it doesn't come out. Because remember, it comes in the head, and how it comes out, it comes out. Let's take I'll let you guys pick, actually. We can go to Arabia or we can go to Vietnam. Arabia. Yeah. This one, if you close, yeah, no flashbacks. If you really like kind of close your eyes and imagine yourself in Arabia, not right now, obviously, but you know, you're gonna see where it takes you. See where it takes you. since you guys like Arabia, we're going to go to ancient Turkey. And this is the Turkish kaval. Unlike some of the other ones that take a lot of breath, this takes the least. I mean, if you blow into it like a feather, it will jump octaves. So that's what makes it hard to control.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right, so we're going to open up the questions for anybody in the audience that would like to ask a question. I'm sure you're going to have a lot. Paul, you got one?
I got a couple that come to mind, but I guess I'll give others their turn. So my first one, though, is that Armenian one.
Yeah.
It's small but deep, as you mentioned. What makes it deep compared to the others? I would have seen that and just never guessed it could have been that deep.
It is. The way it's constructed. I think it's the wood and the bore. So basically, what they did when you look at the cedar flute, it's really wide open. By them condensing it and making it so tight, that's my guess, because I have no idea how the hell they did it neither back in 4000 BC, because I was blown away. I mean, this is F to the third octave, so this is 3 octaves deeper than the biggest one that I just got them playing. So, yeah, good question though. And it got the double reed, and I think that has something to do with that. If it had just like a regular flipple mouthpiece, I don't think it would be that deep. But if you've ever heard of the Western version of the oboe, the reed is like super, super small. But if you can see, this is a very fat reed, which allows that deep sound.
Of course, I also have questions. So, Ace, that's just really, really lovely. So, what other instruments did you try and weren't successful before you are extremely successful at this?
The piano, I couldn't connect to it. I tried the guitar. For years, I tried it. No one told me that I was supposed to tune it, so I was wondering why.
Well, that helps.
And,
Sort of.
Yeah, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't really. I tried the drums, but I think it was having the sticks in my hand was making me disconnect from it.
Because you're percussive as well, because with the piano, it really works well, because it's interesting, because usually percussion and is a different beast.
It is a different beast.
than an instrument. So,
It is.
and you play both of them very adeptly. Of course, that's a very musical. Of course, drums are percussion is musical as well. That's always interesting, and how you came across that. And it's funny that because a lot of times people try an instrument, and to all of you out here, this is a good example. Guitar, piano are traditional people play them. Like a lot of us sitting here are guitar players. Just because you can't play guitar doesn't mean you can't play something cool as this. So do that. Figure it out.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and then if I play the guitar, I could be competing against all you legends. You know what I mean? Now at least I'm the best flute player in Little Shoot, right? Hey, you know what I'm saying? What you saying? You know? Yeah.
Does anybody else have a question? Got somebody back there? Tom?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm just talking to my friend, sorry. What's that? You got a question? No.
Paul's got another one. Here we go.
All right, I'll ask my second one then. What, when you listen to the music of others, what proportion is instrumentals?
I pretty much only listen to instrumentals now. It's weird. All my life, you know, I'm a 70s baby, so I listen to rap, rock, country, all the above. Once I started to have to listen to other Japanese shakuhachi players on Pandora, that's all instrumental. By me listening to that so much, I don't want to say I dislike the singing now. I don't resonate with it as much as the instrumental, because when you play instrumental, it takes away the bias or the prejudice. So for instance, if I could be the best country singer in the world. If you don't like country, you're never gonna like me. Same as rock. But with instrumental, the brain takes away the guessing, and the brain kind of has no idea what it's hearing, what it's listening to, so it just allows you to just absorb the frequency and the vibration, which that's where the healing and stuff comes from. So I'd say probably 98% of the time I'm listening to music, it's just instrumental.
That's interesting. That I knew
Until I listen to you guys on Cedar Rapids, I'm like, back again.
I had a feeling it'd be higher than the normal person, but I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah.
That's higher than me, and I like instrumentals because I can't really follow the words.
Yes.
And so, but you got me out of the water. So.
Awesome. That's awesome.
So clearly, most of your things are wind instruments, and we have seen you play the tongue thing and the thing. But if you were cloned, what two of these flutes would you and your clone play together? What do you think would make like a really great pairing?
The Japanese shakuhachi, because in the traditional, and that's this one right here. So in the Buddhist monk community, you'll have Buddhist monks sitting there meditating. This is how they meditate. It's called Sui Zen. So they meditate by concentrating solely on the breath. And I've seen 2 or 3 of them play together, and it's like as if I were in heaven listening to God play instruments. That's what it sounds like, because it's just they can create, like this one right here, I can get up to 4 octaves on it. 3 octaves pretty stable, but 4 octaves, a couple of them. And just being able to go from the highest 1,000 hertz all the way down to 240 hertz and have that dynamic range, and you can bend notes, so I can drop a note from the key of F all the way up to the key of G. I can drop it down. Like I have so much more control with just my breath. So this one I'd say I'm the most connected to because it requires the most variations of the breath. And that really takes a typical instrumental musician out of their comfort zone, because if you think of a piano, I mean, you hit that key, there's really not much else you can do with it. But with this, I mean, it only has 5 holes, but they say you can get up to 68 different notes, semitones in between. So I would say this one would be. Well, I have an extra one up here if you'd like to give it a shot.
Please take this away.
Yeah. Called her out.
All right. Anybody else have a question? I've said everyone's gonna have questions, and then it's like a Morgan here.
There's those. There's those.
Actually, I do have a question.
Here, grab the mic.
And that's to comment on what he said. That's funny because when I do my concerts, a lot of times people are laying on yoga mats and they're like gone. I mean, completely gone. So when it's like 8 o'clock, I'm like, all right, you guys gotta leave. You gotta go home. But you gotta get out here. They're just like, huh? Like, they literally cannot move. So I get it.
So last time I
What's
saw
up,
you
buddy?
play, hey, what's up?
He's the
brother?
reason why I'm here, FYI. He came to my concert. So I'm just saying.
Last time I saw you play, I think you said that Japanese flute is kind of the most difficult to master.
It is.
And I was wondering, like, why is that?
Yeah, so if you look at the easiest one is the Native American flute, and if you can see it, it has what they call a flipple, so a mouthpiece, kind of like a recorder. If you guys remember playing that, so it's gonna make a sound. It might not sound the best, but it's gonna make a sound. This one, if you can see the difference, it's just a wide open tube. There's no chamber in there to control the sound. So what you're doing is you're splitting that little edge, and it's like 80% goes over, 20% goes in. And not only is it hard just to make a sound, if you can see it's a pretty dense flute, keeping that airstream. So I had to learn how to I had to tighten my stomach muscles. Like there were so many physical things I had to do to be able to play this versus the Native American flute I just played. It took me a year before I even talked myself into buying it. Because every time I would see shit, they're like, don't get it. It's going to take you like a year just to make a sound. And I'm like, well, yeah, if you're practicing 30 minutes twice a week, but I practice every day. So it took about a good 2 weeks. I mean, there was a lot of and just frustration. But what I learned, this flute taught me that even it being one of the hardest flutes, because I didn't quit, now I'm on my journey to mastering it now. I could have given up hundreds and hundreds of hours ago.
So yeah, what you're saying is like you have to hone in more on like using your diaphragm.
Yes.
And then also it's like more specific like lip placement.
Yeah, your
on it,
armature,
right?
if you can imagine filling up your diaphragm, and when you tighten it up, it allows the air to stay in your body longer. And then it's kind of like when you take a water hose and you put your hand over the edge and then it squirts out faster. And then if you can think of the smallest hole you can possibly open in your mouth, I mean the smallest hole, that's how big of the hole that you need. And you can't blow, like you have to just breathe into it. So that's what makes it so meditative, because I'm not blowing anymore. I'm just breathing like I normally would, but I'm controlling my air screen, making it do like that. I call myself an airbender. I think that's more cooler. I know, I'm serious. They're like, you're a flutist. I'm like, I don't like that. Airbender, give me airbender. Yeah.
Nice.
Good question, though. Good question.
Does anybody else have a question? Can't really see back there. All right. Well, let's hear a couple more songs then.
Yeah, for sure.
I have one question
Yeah, for
because
sure.
I just want to ask a random one.
Yeah.
Best place to get gumbo in New Orleans?
Damn, I was about to say Ace Champion, but I'm out here.
We know that. Second best.
Cafe du Monde in New Orleans is
Okay.
really good. They make a really good gumbo. If you guys ever had beignets or like little French donuts you dip in your coffee, like they're really, really good. I've been gone for so long though, I don't even know if they're still even there. So if you guys want gumbo, chefchampion.com, hit me up. I ain't cheap, FYI, but I'll make it authentic. Just saying. Yeah. There's no $10 plates over here, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's worth it.
That's right.
All right. Let's hear a couple more.
Awesome. Oh, by the way, these are Peruvian nuts. They're meant to mimic the sound of water. I'm going to play a couple of them, but I just want you to hear how this one sounds real quick. This is a Chinese sheng, and this is the oldest one I have. This dates back 9,000 years. It's made out of clay, and it's from China. When I heard this flute, I was like, if ghosts were musicians, this is what a ghost would sound like. So. Doesn't it kind of sound like a? It does sound like a ghost, you know. So you don't have to be afraid, though, you know. Unless someone just busts out playing it in a dark alley, I'd be like, well, that's pretty. Yeah, right. All right. Since we were on the Japanese shakuhachi, I'll go ahead and play this one. A lot of people say it reminds them of the old school kung fu movies, you know, the old kung fu movies when they actually used to fight before AI and all that. So, yeah, when it meant something. When you actually got beat up on set, you know. Thank you. This one is same mouthpiece, but only that one has 5 holes. This one has 9 holes. You know what they say, 9 holes are better than 5, right? I'm just saying. Talk about the flute, man. The flute. Yeah, right? Right. Gonna offend my Japanese Zen master. Actually, can you play that backtrack? I'm gonna attempt to play, and if I cue you, that means I ain't feeling it. Just cut it out. I normally don't play with backtracks because the backtracks that I get from like Spotify or whatever, they're almost all 440 hertz, which is a standard tuning for the Western world. 95% of my flutes are 432 hertz, which is a standard tuning in the Eastern world. So I have to kind of bend the notes a little bit to try and match. I'm trying to go by here, so if it doesn't match, bear with me. But I figured I did the harmonica and the drum for the first time, so I might as well do this too as well. Hey. Hey, buddy. Hey. Yeah. Feel a little dog friend right here.
All right. Well, that is pretty much coming in at the end of the show here. So thank you very much for being here and playing. Do you have one more that you wanted to do? Looks like you kind of do. Yeah.
I want all that time.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, let's go.
Let me see, is there anything in here? Play these two. What do we got, 5 minutes? Whatever. Renaissance flute in the key of G. So you guys remember what chakra that is? The throat. The throat. Open that throat up. All right, didgeridoo and the hand hand? What the hell, right? We're breaking records in Little Shoot over here. Well, yeah. I don't know, I might get even. Let's see. Yeah, no. I tried.
That was awesome. Thank you very much for sharing your music with us. Your story and just your approach to everything is very inspirational. It's just you put your mind to something and you achieve it, and that's pretty inspiring. So thank you very much for sharing all that.
Thanks for having me.
I just got a couple announcements. The summer series, once we're done with this, we have through the end, April and May here, but the end of May 27th, we're kicking off the summer series. So that'll be outside, and that's going to be every Wednesday throughout the summer. And then this Saturday, we're going to be making a dugout canoe just down here. So show up if you want. It's kind of like going to be like a open house sort of thing. I'll be here. Friday I'll probably get the fire even rolling, and I'll be here, throughout the entire time. So feel free to come at any point. I'm going to start at 8 in the morning. If you want to come at, in the evening, we'll be doing it through the morning, through the night. It's going to take quite a while to do it. But that's it. So thank you all for tuning in and coming, and thank you, Ace.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I come back again? Yeah, I'd love to come back again on another night if you guys will have me, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it.
Well, it's funny you bring up the Little Shoot thing. So when I first started this project, this house was abandoned for a while, and moved in here, and then I had to go to the village, and I'm like, I want to do a festival. This is back in 5 years ago, and the village, and they're all like, what are you doing? Why don't you just do that over at Stone Arch? What exactly is going on down there? And then, for them, if they were to walk in on this session, they'd be like, what is actually going on down? This is cool. Putting Little Shoot on the map.
I know. I feel like that. I like those musicians back in the day when they're trying to make it. And they got to come through the back door, and you got to go down this alley, and then you got to say a certain code. Like, there's a code. That's how I felt when I came. But I loved it, man. Nice and cozy. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure.